Workers, today is December 1st, and we are 2 months into the furloughs and into a space where we do not have the protections of the Payroll Support Program for aviation. We have been talking about relief now, and right now there is a bipartisan group of senators who are talking about a rescue package, a relief package. I want to be very clear. We should have a full rescue and relief package with stimulus to help the economy, help us fight the virus, and help us safely do that and support us to be able to recover. That has not happened. And so we have continued to push that we cannot wait for the next administration. We have to have relief now. We have to get our flying partners back to work, and we also have to have the resources to continue serving all the cities that we were serving before, making sure that we have the people, planes, and routes in place to be able to distribute a vaccine and try to get back to a place of normal so that we can recover from this pandemic. So right now there is a bipartisan group of senators, and I want to be very clear that the ones who are out front are not the only ones working on this. But there is an effort to put in place a rescue package, a 4-month relief package for the economy, for workers, and we are included in that. It is not perfect, and we are working very hard on the details. That doesn't matter. What you need to know is that this is our best chance right now to get our flying partners back to work, to stabilize our industry, to make sure that there is continued unemployment benefits, to stop evictions from happening, to make sure that we continue to have access to mass transit so that people can get around, to make sure that our country can operate over the next 4 months until we can get a place to talk about recovery. So we need to support this with calls. I had a very important call, as we noted in AFA Interactive last night, with a senator who is working on this. When asked what else we could do to make sure that we get relief now, he said, flood the offices with calls. He also brought up the fact that flight attendants are some of the most informed constituents that members of Congress have, and that one of the ways that we are so effective is talking to members of Congress on the plane about our issues. Now, I want to be very clear. We are going to be working with other aviation unions and with the industry to make sure that this is a workers first package, to make sure that this is an extension of the payroll support program that was working so well. We need you to be calling these offices. Don't worry about the details right now. They need to hear from you. They need to hear from flight attendants. They need to hear from aviation workers saying that we need relief now. We need to make sure that that relief is workers first, and we need an extension of PSP. That is an important message, and we've got a call like never before. Look out for those members of Congress. For those of you working flights to the DC metro area, to DCA, to Dulles, to Baltimore, look for members of Congress coming back to work. They'll be back in session tomorrow. Many of them will be on our planes today. Look for them and talk to them too about the urgency of getting this relief in place right now. I am going to be in just a little while on a stream for the Washington Post with Nobel economist winner Paul Romer, and talking about this very issue and what our economy needs right now. So we are talking with everyone all over the place, and we are working very hard on the details, but we need your voices lifted up. Don't forget that we have Relief Now events today in Chicago, in Houston, and in LA at 11 a.m. local time. Those are important too. And the media is going to be covering this now because there is something to talk about. So we need to be out there and making sure that our voices are heard. The very first and most important thing that we can do is say that this has to happen right now, and it has to be workers first. That was our rallying cry in March, and that worked, and we need to keep that up front. So everybody get to action. Let everyone know that they have got to burn up the phone lines right now, and let's get to work and get this done and get our friends and flying partners back to work and stabilize our future, because the people who are at work right now are feeling the brunt of cost cuts in the middle of a pandemic that makes no sense at all. We've got to get relief, fight this virus, and get back to normal. Thanks, everyone, and stay safe.